Alright, welcome back, people. I'm grateful for all my friends who have liked and subscribed to the channel so far. I've gotten some really cool, honestly, some really encouraging notes from you guys, so thank you very much. One of my favorites is my family and friends in Washington that say I've developed a Southern drawl. Now, I don't know, honestly, if that's true or not, because it's just the way that I talk. It may have changed over the years, but I'm not totally sure. That being said, I figured that I would embrace this Southern drawl and every once in a while do a Southernism, so like a Southern saying. I'm as busy as a one-legged cat in a sandbox. My wife told me to smile more and to not be serious and to be myself, so I'm gonna try and do that. I'm a gig employee, and seeing as I'm a gig employee, I go and hustle for my own work. And there's a lot of people out there that do that. Know that it takes a lot of faith to do that. It takes a lot of trust that, that it's gonna work out, that I'm gonna have enough money, that there's gonna be enough jobs. And given the current state of our country and our world, all the shoots are getting shut down. And all kinds of industries are without jobs, but for me, this is near and dear to my heart. So Matthew Rojas created a community movement with a desire to help support those in the film workforce that need financial assistance right now. And that is called Filmmaker Supporting Filmmakers. So what you can do is you can go onto the website and you can fill out a need if you have one, a financial need, or you can go on there and donate to people in the film industry that are out of jobs. Freelance wedding videographer, part-time bartender, both of my industries fell through overnight. I've also got a kid on the way in 2 months, so all my savings was poured into that. Willing to sell some of my equipment in exchange for any help. Anything helps. Anything helps out. I can't talk about freelancers without talking about my buddy Glenn. I bring him up during this talk about freelancers because he was, number one, a super good friend of mine, and somebody I really looked up to. He was also one of the best creative copywriters that I've ever seen. He was a freelancer the whole time I've known him for the most part. We did take a job together and work together full time the last year of his life, which was awesome to be able to spend so much time with him. But I got super emotional talking about him because I miss him. And it's tough. I mean, he had throat cancer. He passed away. He was in tough shape the last few months of his life, and it was his time to go. And it still makes it super hard for me because I miss him, I really do. I miss him a lot. And so I was showing you this poster of him. This was at his funeral. A really talented guy, Jason Brantley, actually designed this. He crossed out the kick and put "Miss Me." Legendary picture of the legendary Glenn Eddie Gill. He did tell me a story one time. The owner of the company was wanting to redo the logo, but the owner of the company had created the logo, and there was mixed reviews about it. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Glenn personally didn't like it. So I told him, well, what'd you do? Did you tell him, that you didn't like it? And he goes, what? What's wrong with you? He goes, you're not going to tell somebody who just created this logo for their company you don't like it? It's like saying you think their kid's ugly. And I was like, yeah, but that's not the truth or whatever. He goes, it doesn't matter what you think the truth is, man. He goes, they created the logo, they like it, we're going to use it. He goes, that's the way it's going to be. So I think I say that story because Glenn understood that creativity was important and he loved it, and it was something to be almost kind of like cherished, but it wasn't the ultimate thing. He knew that being a freelancer was about making sure your clients were happy. Even if it wasn't the most artistic thing, the client was happy, the client liked it. So he also had a heart for other people, which was amazing. The guy cared about people so much. He created the funniest billboard in Dallas, Texas. It said, this huge billboard on 75, you're driving, this main highway, and it said, your wife is hot, better fix your AC. And that's like, whenever people would be like, who is this Glenn guy? I'd be like, he created that billboard on 75. They'd be like, oh, dang, that billboard's the best. I also wanted to ask if you are a freelancer, a gig worker, somebody, like that who's kind of running your own little one-man band or your own small company, how are you doing? Yeah, just thank you for listening, thank you for watching or whatever. Subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time.